I grew up a Nintendo kid, so pretty much the whole PS1 library is foreign to me. I believe my first true interaction with Crash was with Crash Bandicoot The Rash of Vortex for the PS2, and it left me pretty meh on this iconic PlayStation mascot. Wait, what? What do you mean? Microsoft mascot? No. I guess, huh? Wow. Okay, let me do it again. Wrath of Cortex left me feeling pretty meh on this iconic Microsoft mascot. I did eventually get around to playing Crash Bandicoot The Insane Trilogy, and 2 years later after that, Crash Team Racing Nitro Field, and these were well received with raving reviews, enough so that this Nintendo kid got curious about them. After playing both, I feel like I have a better understanding towards this franchise. Online, you see comparisons to Mario. Crash is better than Mario. Crash v Mario. I don't feel like that's the correct Nintendo mascot to compare him to. I'll put it like this. Which Nintendo 2D side-scrolling franchise also has an animal, and his early games are known for being incredibly hard? That's right, Donkey Kong. The Crash franchise, both from the platforming and the racing series, take incredible patience and persistence not only to master, but just to even beat. Just like the Donkey Kong countries, these worlds might look cute and cuddly, but keep failing long enough and they might send you straight into a destructive rage. So now, going into his fourth installment, I had a better idea to what to expect, and I still came close to raging out on Crash Bandicoot for It's About Time. The first thing that catches your eye is that our boy Crash got a makeover, from a more detailed Bandicoot to a more cartoony one. And he's not the only one. This whole new world looks just a bit thicker. Oh, we'll get into thick a bit later. But the game as a whole, from the levels to the cutscenes, just give me like a new age Nickelodeon vibes. Granted, I haven't seen anything on Nickelodeon for more than 15 years, but if they were to announce a Crash TV show, I imagine this is how it will look and feel, especially with the comedic bits on the cutscenes. Same goes for Spyro. The story follows our boy Crash, his sister Coco, and a couple other thickies as they try to recover 4 quantum masks to prevent Dr. Neo Cortex and Dr. Nefarious TROPY from taking over the multiverse. Each quantum mask lends their own powers to help the cause. Those powers are being able to phase various objects in and out of dimensions, give you a slight spin to travel farther and attack, slow down time, and finally the ability to flip the direction of gravity. They each take good timing and precision to master, and they can be fun in their own way. As for the gameplay, oh look, Spyro. As for the gameplay, the goal is the same from the trilogy. Destroy all the boxes and collect Wumpa fruits for gems, which are used to unlock skins here. Doing this is way easier said than done. I made the mistake of believing I was the bee's knees just because I had played the trilogy, so I was kinda hyper-focused on finding everything my first playthrough, making this extremely difficult for your first run. Trying to do this daunting task off the jump just makes the game feel impossible. Your first playthrough's goal should be just break boxes you see and feel you can reach to break, then come back and finish it all up. Once I gave up on destroying every single box, the game became way more fun and less stressful. Also, like in the trilogy, time trials are available once you beat the level. One of the new additions are flashback tapes, which are supposed to be like Cortex's videos where he's done experiments on Crash. These are extra levels with cool video filters on them, and the way you unlock these is by getting to a certain point down the regular levels without dying, and they just appear and you grab them. Again, easier said than done. And the other mode is inverted. In this mode, every level is flipped around so that what should be on the left is now on the right. Each level has a different cool yet distracting filter on it. You get more gems for completing levels this way. I feel like there's way more gems than ever before, giving you a ton of replay value even after you beat the game. Before you start, the game has you pick between 2 playstyles. Modern, where when you die you just keep coming back to your checkpoint with no lives. And retro, where you do have lives. If you run out of lives, you have to restart the level again. When the game recommends you modern playstyle, you know it's about to be tough. Crash is a single hit it and quit it guy. He gets hit once, he's donezo. But luckily the game helps you out if it sees you struggling, providing you with the classic Aku Aku shield and even bringing checkpoints closer to you after some tough platforming. I struggled with the depth perception though, and the camera angles in this one. It was kinda hard for me to judge the platforming, even with this little yellow circle shadow landing zone. Something was off with the controls for me personally. I wonder if this was a me thing. If you had the same issue, please let me know in the comments, I'm very curious. I was constantly over and undershooting the jumps. For some reason, I just didn't trust that they would stop. Honestly, I don't know what the hell the problem was. Maybe they felt too light? I don't know. But I just feel that the Insane Trilogy controls were a bit tighter. Damn it. 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 Chingalamat. The perspective changes often as well. That could have been it. I don't know. But these provide cool different scenarios, from being chased by dinos to grinding and swinging on vines. The grinding is a fun new addition. These require good timing and reflexes to collect everything. And the mask powers were also fun in a cool way to keep the levels feeling fresh. The levels as a whole are designed for a more epic experience with awesome set pieces, and each world is different from the next. Another staple in the Crash series are the creative boss fights. And now with these masks, you have even more creative level designs to take down the baddies. Music is fun and filled with classic audio cues, like when you pick up the shield mask and adding a little nostalgia to the mix. And now we have reached the thick portion of the video, starting with Crash's girlfriend from an alternative universe, Tawna. She goes from being the damsel in distress to somewhat of a dimension-hopping pirate with a very cool hookshot that allows her to hit enemies and boxes out of her reach, along with pulling herself towards these rifts to proceed through levels. She doesn't feel completely alien from Crash and COCO, but she does feel different enough that playing her levels are like a nice break from the toughness from the other levels. I thought her design was cool and I found her to be a very interesting character. But she is not the thickest member on our team. That title belongs to Dingodile. What the hell is a Dingodile? Let's see. Dingodile is a genetically enhanced hybrid of a dingo and a crocodile, having a crocodile's body and tail and characteristics of a dingo with an Australian accent. Well, whatever he is, our boy Chonky. Damn, boy, he's thick! His levels are fun as well. He's equipped with a vacuum cannon to pick up TNT barrels to shoot. Also, it helps him hover for an extra boost after jumping. He also has a tail whip, again providing different gameplay mechanics, maintaining everything fresh. It doesn't let you settle with one character. But we're not done with the freshness. The final playable character is CORTEX himself. I found his levels to be the toughest. He's equipped with a phase gun that turns enemies into solidified blocks, or if shot again, into bouncy blocks for bouncy purposes. He was the toughest for me to gauge. He can also dodge to travel farther distances, but I never trusted he was going to travel the distance necessary to make the jump, so I always dodged while holding down the stick towards the direction I wanted to go. Well, this intends to make CORTEX overshoot my target, so I was trying to avoid that so I would stop shorter and usually miss. The key is to jump then dodge without holding the stick. I just really struggle with this little dude. I wasn't a fan of his levels. I also wasn't a fan of having to complete the last few sections of Crash's levels again after completing one of the prior 3s. So the way their levels ends is by creating something that would affect Crash's surroundings and his levels, like an explosion for example. So after completing their level, the level picks up right after Crash makes a cheeky look back at the camera in his level. And now you have to complete the Crash level again. I just wish you could skip that, because you're always replaying the toughest parts of the level, the end. I thought that the additions of epic levels, the powers of the mask, and the extra playable characters provide a fun, fresh, polished, new take on the iconic franchise. And it has so much for those who love 100%ing the game to keep playing for many raging hours even after beating the game. Although some of these trophies or achievements sound impossible, at the end of the day it's a fun new entry from the Toys for Bob devs who revitalized and gave new life to this beloved franchise. Now, just to wait until they release a new Spyro. But let me know what you think. Did you struggle with it? Did you grow up playing Crash? Any and all thoughts, please let me know in the comments down below. If this video provided you with any sort of entertainment and enjoyment, please let me and YouTube know with a like. And if you would like to support the channel, sharing and subscribing is a great way to do so. I put out videos every other week, and clicking the bell is the best way to stay up to date and get notified when new videos come out. Thank you for watching, and remember, to always and forever, you do you.